Thank you very much. This is our musician for today. Our special music is going to be with Sara Jones. She's very talented, as many of you probably already see, but her voice also is beautiful too. So we've got a real treat here. And then we also have as our speaker today is Margaret Martin from our church. And she is going to be talking to us today about the miracles of being present. I picked two prayers out, one for the beginning, one for the end of the service, that are both written by John Philip Newell. And the one at the beginning is called Presence. In the gift of this new day, in the gift of the present moment, and the gift of time and eternity intertwined, let us be grateful. Let us be attentive. Let us be open to what has never happened before. In the gift of this new day, in the gift of the present moment, in the gift of time and eternity intertwined. Amen.
Some say love, it is a river that drowns the tangerine. Some say love, it is a razor that leaves your soul to bleed. Some say love, it is a hunger, an endless aching need. Some say love, it is a flower, and you, its only seed. It's the heart afraid of breaking that never learns to dance. It's the dream afraid of waking that never takes the chance. It's the one who won't be taken, who cannot seem to give. And the soul afraid of dying that never learns to live. When that night has been too lonely and the road has been too long, and you think that love is only for the lucky and the strong, just remember in the winter, far beneath the winter snows, lies the seed that with the sun's love in the spring becomes the rose.
Sara, that was lovely. Good morning, everyone. I'm Margaret Martin, and I would like all of us to take a moment to think, to look at the screen and kind of see who's here. And just remember the last 2 or 3 minutes as Sara was singing The Rose. Remember what was going through your energy field. Because for me, it was love. For me, it was connection. And I don't think I'm alone in that. I believe that we felt energetically connected. And in many ways, that is what my message to you is about today. The idea of miracles in the present. So, of course, I went to Metaphysical Bible Dictionary and Revealing Word because Charles Fillmore is the it when it comes to those types of things. Miracles, events that take place as a result of a higher unknown law. It's a law. We may not identify what that law is. Most likely, cause and effect is part of it. But the other side is Edgar Cayce had a thing called can't think of it right now. But anyway, it was where groups of people a search for God. And in one of his books, these were books set up so that people could get together and meet and discuss. And in A Search for God, Edgar Cayce said, thoughts are things and become crimes or miracles in their expression. So our thoughts can lead us to miracles. Our thoughts connect us to each other and our world. So one of the things that I learned I didn't learn it. I believed very early in my life. I was probably in, I don't know, 5th or 6th grade. And I went to Catholic school. And so the Bible verse that we were reading is from the New Testament. It's John 14:12. And in that, he that believeth on or in me, these are the words of Jesus the Christ. In me, the works that I do, so shall he do also, and greater works than these shall he do. That's you and me. Jesus is saying, what I'm doing, you are capable of, and you will be doing things that I have not done that appear greater. Nothing is greater, in my opinion, than the expression of God. But these miracles that we say, oh, that's a miracle. There are so many miracles in our lives. I think of it a lot of times as when I am present, and I think that anyone who has anything to do with having a specific project, with me, it's singing, Sarah singing and playing probably, folks who are authors, poetry, plays, essays, a report that has to be done at work. We all know, we all recognize that when we are present, when I'm present, when I'm not worried about what happened before, when I'm not concerned about what happened. Specifically for me, I let go of any mistakes I have made before performing a specific piece. I am just here. I'm here now. And I don't think about how things are going to be received. And a friend of mine described singing, and I'm sure so many, I don't do anything else. I'm not an artist. I'm not a writer. I'm not a painter. But in that moment, time sort of stops. I'm not thinking about, oh my God, what's the next word? Because if I think what's the next word, bam, I'm out. I'm no longer in the present moment. However, when I am standing there, what this friend of mine used to say, when you're singing, performing, you're standing there showing people who you are. You are showing people the truth of who you are. It can be a scary place, but it can be a powerful place. And I know that each and every one of us has experienced someone being completely 100% authentic. It's that time musically when the piece is over and the performer has their hands in their laps and their eyelids may be lowered a little bit. Because what's happening is everyone in the audience is coming back into their bodies because they've been transformed. When you look at a painting and all of the sudden you and the painting are the only things that exist, part of that is that the artist has been present, showing who they are, and you're completely present, sharing in that experience. So to me, that's really what miracles are. They're expressions as an effect of my thoughts and my actions. So another thing that I think about a lot is how do I get to this place? And I believe that I get to being in the present by not thinking about anything else. I'm just here. I may have something that I want to do, but the thing that will help me get to my most authentic self and my closest place of how to express is to not think about the future, not think about the past, sit there with myself just for a moment. Wait for inspiration. It will indeed be divine. There's another thing in John, another aspect that he talks about. And again, it's Jesus talking to us, to the disciples. Cast your nets to the right side of the boat and you'll get some. He's speaking about fishes. So they did. And the nets were so full that they couldn't bring them onto the boat. Now that's after they had been out for most of the night and they're saying, we have nothing, we have nothing, we have nothing, I've got nothing. And the Christ said, do something different. I know, go to the other side of the boat. Throw your nets over there. And that's where the fish were living. Maybe the fish knew that the nets always came out of the left side of the boat, so they went to the right side of the boat. Who knows? Who cares? But the fishes represent ideas. And the net is throwing a spread, casting out thoughts, casting out the past, casting out what you think you have to have, and please throw that net of God help me to the other side of the boat. And I tell you what, that can be so challenging, so very, very challenging for me. It's all about me, you know. So here we are, water representing our thoughts, faith, and we are floating above this idea of unlimited faith. We are supported by thoughts. We are supported by things that make us comfortable, familiar, easy. Can I surrender my past? This is where I've always thrown the net. Am I willing to surrender that and live in the here I am right now? Try something different. Because I do believe that we have life lessons. I have life lessons. And there was a guy at the A Street Church one time that used to talk about God. And there's a lesson, and God will tap you on the shoulder and say, you may want to, you need to address this. And you don't. So then God does a smack upside the back of your head and said, you really need to pay attention to this and work on this lesson, this character trait. It's gotten you in trouble before, probably again. That doesn't work. So he hits you over the head with a cosmic 2x4 and said, have I mentioned what needs to be addressed? I would do it now, because God says, I've been known for floods. I have been known for taking incredibly difficult steps to get mankind to pay attention. And I think it would be great if you could do that now. The universal metaphysical 2x4. So here's what happened to me this week. I was coming into the house, and my dog tends to boot me on the back again and again and again and again, all the way down the hallway to my bedroom. That's usually my first stop. Well, he booped me just as my foot got caught on a on something that was on the floor. I went flying. I had a soda in my hand. I had my purse. Everything went crazy. Now I'm on the floor. Now, you guys know I've got some mobility issues. And if you don't know I have mobility issues, I'm here to tell you right now, I've got them. So here I am on the floor, 2 bone-on-bone knees, mad because I fell down, grateful that if there's one thing I could do is be a stunt man in terms of falling. This girl knows how to fall down. So I wasn't hurt at all. However, there was the need to get up, which wasn't happening. When I went on my knees hurt so badly that I was just screaming. Of course, the dog ran away. He knew that somehow he was involved in this accident. And so now I'm moving stuff around. I'm trying to find things I can use for pillows, for my knees. I'm doing everything, and I'm still hurting, and I'm still not getting up, and I am getting more and more frustrated. So I went through every trick in my Unity metaphysical bag. Deep breathing. Let me get centered. I did get centered. I really did. I was breathing. I was feeling that energy. And I made it another attempt, and it didn't work. So then I went to my old standby. There is nothing outside of me that is greater than the power that dwells within me. That's a big one that I go to a lot. It helps me understand that I need to get reconnected to this power inside of me. Of course, I'm saying it with gritted teeth, and I'm yelling about it. And I'm like, yeah, well, that energy's not going to help you any, Martin. So let's go back to the prayer. And I am praying and resting, and I can do this. I know how to do this. I can do this for 1 solid hour, praying, screaming, yelling, shaking my fist at God, centering was not getting me up off the floor. I had to surrender. And I had to surrender to the degree that I called 911 so that I could get help up off of my floor. Oh my golly, talk about things that come up when we have to do something we've never done before, when we have to accept that in this current state, we are unable to succeed at whatever it is we need to do, and have to reach out to each other, have to say, I am incapable of doing this. Can you help me? Whether we're saying it to our spouse, our teachers, our friends, or our fire department. I need your help. And everything, they came, they were there in less than 5 minutes. The front door was unlocked. They walked in. One had, by this time, I negotiate myself over to my butt. So I'm sitting there like a little Raggedy Ann doll in a rocking chair. And they told me that what they were going to do is one under each of my arms, the gentleman, and the woman that was there was going to stand in front of me. And all I needed to do was give her my hands. But you know what didn't happen? I wasn't afraid. And I know I wasn't afraid because I was in the present moment. I had done what I needed to do. The miracle showed up as these people, and the miracle showed up as my surrender. So she said to me, see if you can get your feet on the floor, flat on the floor, which in the sitting position, it wasn't, it was challenging. But they said, okay, here we go. And bam, up I went. No pain, no muss, no fuss. I was called beautiful by the people that were there. We're here to help you. Don't worry. I mean, the experience itself was a miracle. And to me, that's what miracles are. Miracles is the ability to let go, to say, I'm open and I am willing to receive and act upon the idea that even though this has worked for me in the past, whatever challenge I'm facing, I mean, sometimes it's who knows, it's financial or something that, oh, well, all I have to do is X, Y, and Z, and it'll get fixed. But what if I surrender X, Y, and Z? And what if I say, Spirit, show me another way? So one of the things that happened is after they left, I sat on my bed and I gave a Thanksgiving prayer because in my estimation, not only had I fallen, I had gotten up and I was unharmed. That's a miracle. And I said, I don't want that to ever happen again. If I fall down, I want to have the capacity to stand up. So I started exercising this week, doing more walking, and I found that as a result of this incredibly heavy 2x4 smack from higher power, I was able to reach out, humble myself enough to say, this isn't working. Humble myself enough to say, let me ask for help. Let me ask for help. That's what we're here for, folks. We are really here to help each other. We are here to help each other, whether it is through writing, poetry, music, kind words, prayer. We are here to help each other. But somebody has to ask. We're not going to just know what the other needs. They need to throw it out there and be grateful for the help that is offered, and probably a little surprised at how easy that was. And I also look at it is that when I'm in need and someone can help me, I don't know, paint a shutter, but if I ask, they're more than happy to. Why? Because we get to spend time together and get something done. So it's an opportunity to be in community with each other. So what I've been using in all of this is that my thoughts are things, crimes are miracles. My thoughts change energy. My thoughts can be community around me. Absolutely. But what about the affirmations where I don't really believe it? Like there is a political leader right now that I am having the most difficult time beholding the Christ in. Because I can say, I behold the Christ in you, and I don't. Well, now, wait a minute, Margaret. What? You're not giving a positive message. You're giving a mixed message of anger and thinking you're lying. But what I can do is behold the Christ as that person, so that their face transforms into the face of God, higher power, knowing that we can all be changed in the blink of an eye, mainly me. I also think about it from this sense of, I think it's Matthew, I'm not real sure on that, I forgot to look it up. But it's when you have faith the size of a mustard seed, just say, move mountain. Mountain, get out of my way. I'm talking about my strong, heavily seated thoughts, heavily seated opinions, heavily seated beliefs that are not of God. And I'm saying that thing, get out of my way. Because Jesus also said, be like the little children. Children don't see well, this can't happen because of that. This can't happen because of the other thing. I remember Pat Weeks asked her son, Sean, what do you want to be when you grow up? And he said he wanted to be a submarine. And she said, Sean, you can't be a submarine. You're a living, moving being. You can't be a submarine. And he said, okay, then I want to be a giraffe. Sean, he had nothing, there was no veil between Sean and possibility. And that's what I'm suggesting. Move, mountain. Move this veil out of me, what I believe, what I want in terms of peace and love and compassion. Remove that veil between the them and me. Remove the veil of I can't while I'm on the floor. Remove the veil of I'm not ready, and be in the present moment. Because trust me, you're absolutely ready. For I am present for my miracles. Thank you.
Our thoughts are prayers, and we are always praying. Our thoughts are prayers. Take charge of what you're saying. Seek a higher consciousness, a state of peacefulness, and know that God is always there. And every thought becomes a prayer. Our thoughts are prayers, and we are always praying. Our thoughts are prayers. Take charge of what you're saying. Seek a higher consciousness, a state of peacefulness,
I invite you to be comfortable, however that is, sitting, reclining, but know that you are supported on the earth plane as well as the spirit. I place myself in a posture of surrender. I surrender to spirit my wounds and my fears. I am willing to embrace all that is good. I cast my net out into the ethers, knowing that my thoughts are the basis of things. I commit myself now to embrace the positive, to embrace and cast out the net of love. For I recognize that everything is a perfect expression of God. I ask that I be changed deeply so that I recognize God in all things, in my hurts, in my grief. I recognize God in my joy. I recognize God in my home. And I rest in the knowledge that pureness of thought is where I reside. The pure expression of God. For I am the hands of God. I am the hands of God. And let's just rest with that for a few seconds. I am the hands of God. I have been created to express God. I commit myself to be the hands and voice and heart of God. Thank you, God, for the growing awareness of who I am. And now Sara will gift us with lovely music.
Why should I feel discouraged? Why should the shadows come? Why should my heart be lonely and long for heaven's home? When Jesus is my portion, my constant friend is He. His eyes saw the sparrow, and I know He watches me. His eyes saw the sparrow, and I know He watches me. I sing because I'm happy. I sing because I'm free. For His eyes saw the sparrow, and I know He watches me. Let not your heart be troubled. His tender word I hear, and resting on His goodness, I lose my doubts and fears. Though by the path He leadeth, but one step I may see. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know He watches me. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know He watches me. I sing because I'm happy. I sing because I'm free. For His eye is on the sparrow, and I know He watches me. Whenever I am tempted, whenever clouds arise, when songs give place to sighing, when hope within me dies, I draw the closer to Him. From care He sets me free. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know He watches me. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know He watches me. I sing because I'm happy. I sing because I'm free. For His eye is on the sparrow, and I know He watches me.
And now for our closing prayer. I have, again, like I said, this one's from John Philip Newell. He's a Celtic Christian. And this is the Celtic version of the Lord's Prayer. Holy One, beyond all names, eternal wellspring, may love rise again in us today, with food for every table, shelter for every family, and reverence for every life. Forgive us our failings in love, and free us from all falseness, that the light of our souls may shine, and the strength of our spirits endure, for earth and all its people, this day, tonight, and forever. Amen.